Welcome to the Mr. He Got Game Show. Today we got a panelist. That's what I'm talking about. Today we got a panelist of 4 men. One of them that's married, 2 of them divorced, and the third one is single, discussing relationships with women from a man's perspective. Now it's time to introduce our panel. Let's go. Starting from the left, we got Gregory Jackson, hailing out of Chicago, owner of Mobile Media, DJ. We got Travis, James Travis, Atlanta's own. James Travis is the grandson of Mr. Scott, who owns the first African-American newspaper here in Georgia, in the South. Next, we got Ron Muse, hailing out of Columbus, Ohio. Now, Ron has been he's been in media for 17 years. He's with Turner Broadcasting right now. And last, we got Hamilton Hippolyte, hailing out of Brooklyn, New York. Now, Hamilton is the founder of Dare to Dream. Dare to Dream is a program for the youth specializing in helping kids concentrate on education as well as sports and balancing them out at the same time. So before we get into the show, now it's time to go for a commercial break for our sponsors.
All right.
Welcome back to the Mr. He Got Game Show. Welcome back. Now it's time to go ahead and get to the questions. Okay, the panelists that I have up here, they have no idea of what questions that I'm going to ask them. I like it real. I like it untamed. I like it natural. So we're going to go ahead and get started into the first question. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to let the panelists each individually respond to the question, and then after the question, I'm going to take questions from the audience, maybe 1 or 2 questions if anybody has a question. So the first question is, we're going to start off left to right. We got to skip the married guy, but Hamilton, why are you single?
It's just hard to find that balance. And when I say balance, I mean the balance of finding someone that's God-fearing, someone who can cook, someone with a sense of humor. And I'm going to stress that cooking thing. That's a very important component. Not more important than God-fearing, but again, it's just really just to find that balance of someone that has a little street knowledge, street sense, common sense, and just all mixed into one. So it's just kind of a tough thing, even though a lot of people would kind of claim that in Atlanta, the ratio of women to men are kind of vast. But when you start factoring the quality of these women, it kind of singles out. So until I find that quality woman there, that's why I'm single.
Okay, Ron, it's your turn.
What he said. He said everything, but pretty much the same thing. I think I just went through a stage in life where I didn't want to be married. I just wanted to get out career-wise and just check out some stuff, move some different cities. And then at that point, you just get so much into your situation that it's really hard to bring someone into your situation, as you get older and start establishing things and having things and whatnot. So with the balance thing he was talking about, I think to meet someone, what I'm looking for is someone bringing something equally to the table. I'm at a stage in my life where I'm not trying to, start off like I was 23. So it's just balance, because then you meet ladies in that same professional situation, and they have the same concerns as far as like bringing someone into their world and sharing their stuff and bringing someone to the world. And another thing, I'm just setting my ways. So that's that's kind of like one of those things too. So that's kind of the reason.
Okay, James.
Single.
For me, I can't say I'm necessarily looking. I was married once. I'm divorced, and that whole time is just a lot of discovery with myself. So at this point, I'm enjoying just discovering me and fixing me, making myself somewhat perfect. I mean, it's an imperfect world, but hopefully I can get rid of my flaws, and then when I'm ready to get back out there, I can find that special someone. So.
No, we can't ask the mayor guy the same question, but Greg, what I want to ask you is, why do you think there are so many single men in today's society?
Why? I think a lot of what they touched on is hard to find certain qualities. A lot of people think that we're just out there looking for a certain body type. Me and one of the panelists were talking earlier about it, and you got to have the ability to think outside the box. And a lot of women don't allow a man to do that or allow him to be the man in the relationship. I've met a lot of guys that say they'll meet a woman and she's been by herself so long that she wants to do everything, and when she meets somebody, she's not willing to allow that man to come together with her and them be a team. She's still trying to do everything. It's hard. It's not hard to find a woman, but it's hard to find somebody that you're going to spend all your time with, that you want to stay with, and, think on the same level. It's hard.
Any good responses? Now we're going to move to the next question. Question I want to ask you is, well, what women want to know is, how can you tell if a man is just looking for a casual relationship only? Hamilton?
He's like, can you rotate this? He's going to say all my answers again.
What he's about to say.
Whether or not the man is just looking.
I guess, in speaking to some of my friends, as far as, my women friends, the only way I can say it is this. For women, if you're dating a dude, take your time. A guy will eventually show himself after a certain amount of time, but you have to pace yourself. And in today's society, with such a microwave society, we want everything today. We want to be married, within 2 dates, you're talking about planning weddings, how many kids y'all gonna have, where y'all live in, what neighborhood, what median average salary you're gonna have, how many dogs, who's gonna have, that's just too much. But any guy that's really is after you, any guy that wants to court you is going to take the time to get to know you beyond any physical attributes, beyond how much money you make. It's going to take somebody that's looking at something that's beyond just superficial. You got to get down to the substance. And again, I call it going through the 90 days. Give a guy 90 days. By the 91st day, he'll show his true colors.
So Hamilton, hold on, let me interject in there. Hamilton, you say 90 days for what? 90 days to kiss, 90 days to hug, 90 days what?
Here's the thing too. Just get to know somebody. That's just really it. No expectations. Don't involve, probably gonna get shot by dudes, but no sex. I said it. I'm just gonna be honest. Just keep, again, I'm probably gonna get jumped by the brothers, but honestly, keep the sex out of it, because you involve sex too soon, you get the emotional side entwined, mindset starts getting twisted, that's when problems start, then the guys start acting totally different, then you're like, oh my gosh, I never saw it coming. But even though he might have shown signs from jump, ask the right questions. If you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. You just gotta know what to ask. And all women say that they're PIs.
Okay, Ron, let's get to you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Women want to know what are the tell signs to know if a guy's just looking for a casual relationship.
If he only calls you at night, y'all don't do anything like, if y'all just coming over and, hey, why don't you roll through? That means it's like a casual situation. But if he's taking you out to dinner, talking to you during the day, if he just texts you up and just say, hey, what's up? What you doing tonight? Whatever. It more than likely it's just a casual kind of thing, because if a guy's really into the lady, he's going to want to talk to her, want to be around her, and that's the true sign right there. And I agree with my man Hamilton here. Just don't give it up too quick, because we become uninterested. Because I think it's a fine balance between like the challenge and conquering. So you got to keep a challenge there. Like what Reggie was just speaking on, as far as like, should you have kissing involved in that 91 days or the 90 days or whatever? Yeah, it's a little balance, but like I said, don't give it up on the first go round or the second go round and say, I made him wait 2 times. That's not making us wait. Whatever gets you through the night. But so that's kind of like how you can tell if you're like more of a casual situation than a long-term keeper. Did I just say that? Sorry.
Okay, James, let's get to some of your signs. What are some of your signs to where a woman wants to know whether or not you're serious, or you're looking to get into a serious relationship, or you just want to fling it?
Yeah, you have to be upfront about it. No games about it, no pretending like I'm interested and really I just want a sexual thing. At the same time, the women have to be honest about what they're looking for. If they're looking for a long-term relationship, let that be set up front. So then that way we're clear on the same page. Okay, you're looking for more than I can provide you right now. So instead of going out and courting you, I'm not going to waste your time because I can't provide what you're looking for. Versus, going out, hanging out, going to concerts and stuff like that, and then say we are intimate, and then you're looking for more, and then I'm telling you, well, I told you I'm not looking for nothing, and then you shocked, like, well, I thought we had more, and it's not there. So be clear on what you want from the men, and if that's what you want, then let us make the decision whether we want that with you.
Okay, good response. Now we got Jack Money, Greg Jackson. DJ. Now, Greg, we're going to go from this perspective. Being that you married, you can go ahead and spill the beans, you know what I mean? Break the man code from your experience, from what you're seeing out there, because you DJ at a lot of spots.
Yeah.
What are the reasons, or what are the telltale signs that a woman should look for that a man is only interested in a casual relationship?
First thing I tell any woman is listen to the intuition that you was born with. Stop listening to what I say and watch what I do. If I'm not calling you, don't call one of your friends and ask, why is he not calling me? If we go out and it's always at night, or everything that we do is at night, you already know what's going on. Understand that a man can make love to you and have sex with you without being in that long-term relationship with you. He don't need he could just stop by every now and then. That doesn't mean that he wants to make you his wife. The main thing you have to do is understand that it's a risk when you meet people. It's a slight risk involved, and you have to take that time, like they say, in 90 days, 120 days, or whatever, and try to assess that situation. But every woman in this room and in this world was born with an intuition that's far greater than we could ever deceive you. It's whether you listen to it or not. So stop calling everybody, asking them questions that you already know the answer to. If this dude, because the man that wants you, he'll excuse himself from a board meeting to go in the bathroom and call you. The man that wants you gonna spend his last money on taking you out. Absolutely. And he's gonna show up with flowers, and he's gonna show up, and he ain't gonna be about sex. He just wanna hold your hand and walk down the street with you. That's the sign.
Okay, any audience members have any questions they would like to give some input in on that right there? We got a soldier in the building around here. He's in the name. You don't need to stand up.
I don't disagree with none of y'all said, because all y'all got your own opinion. But, of course, my opinion is a little bit different. I feel as if y'all say to wait for sex. I don't know about y'all, but the dude gonna show himself after he have sex, because he might take you out to eat just thinking he gonna smash after he takes you out the second time. And that 90 days, that's not gonna work. Because at the end of the day, a woman wants a man that takes control. If a dude waits 90 days, 9 times out of 10, he's probably a real nice dude. A woman don't want no nice dude. I don't care.
That's true.
You know what? Y'all might say that now, but let that dude be nice to you. You eventually get tired of him being like, yes, ma'am. You want that? You want some dude to tell you to be quiet sometimes, because you want a man. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. And that's why I'm not trying to tell you should have sex the first night, but if you really want to know a dude, right after you have sex with him, that's when he going to let you know how he really is.
I agree with him because, like I said, a guy may wait 90 days, but during that duration, he may be sleeping with somebody else on the side. You know what I mean? So, in all, whether it's the first day or whether it's the 90th day, what's going to happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? But we're going to go ahead and go to the next question for the panelists right here.